Hi guys, and welcome to another batch of your replays. Now today there's no specific theme, they're both tier 8 tanks, but we are kicking off in the Panther II because on the last your replays video before my PC died, I featured the Panther. So we're moving up a tier to the Panther II. This was my first tier 8 medium tank. I didn't play the Panther very well. In fact, I was checking recently. It looks as if I'm going to have to rebuy the Panther and the Panther II again in order to get ace tankers in them, because I ground through them when I didn't know what I was doing when I was a new player to the game, and didn't get ace tankers, so I'm going to have to rebuy these tanks. But I do have fond memories of the Panther II. We are here on Malinovka. It is a 9.2 replay, but we're with Nuspayava, and you'll know it's a 9.2 replay because the bottom corner, the K3 area of the map, hasn't been reworked like it has in 9.3 or 9.4. So we're just going to go. It is a, as I say, a 40-something percenter. Nuspayava is tier 8 in a tier 9 game, but there were only 4 tier 9s on the enemy team. And it's a pretty close game. Lots of good players on either side, so this could go either way. But the Panther II, it's not a particularly fast tank, but it's not slow for a medium either. Nuspayava gets spotted moving down, so it looks as if Nuspayava is going to be working the 1-2 lines. The Panther II is a very, very, very good sniper. It's a very, very good support tank. But the Panther II can also be quite aggressive because the armor is actually quite good. If you can angle it, you can get bounces. So the trick with the Panther II is to know when to be aggressive and when to be passive. And at the start of a game on Malinovka, or Muravanka I should say, it looks as if Nuspayava is going to be basically playing quite passively. Nice shot into a Yag Panther II, T-34 appears. So here is the problem, this is why the map was reworked. If the team starting on the north of the map rush down into the K3 area, it's very, very difficult to dig them out. But it looks as if Nuspayava's team didn't do that, so as a result we've got a standoff. So playing very, very passively, playing as a support tank, T-32 advancing across the middle, and Nuspayava goes for a blind shot. That looks as if it went in. You didn't see the shell hit the ground, so that is means there's a pretty good chance that he actually managed to hit on the T-32. And there we go, T-32 has lost some health. So T-32 is hull down. And trying to shoot a T-32 that's hull down is not an easy proposition, but oh, the accuracy on the gun lets him down. This is an accurate gun. It is quite rapid firing. You can see he's got a 6.29 second reload. But occasionally the accuracy does let you down. So the enemy team seem to be quite happy to sit down in K3, they're not advancing. And someone gets a beautiful shot into the IS-8, sets him on fire. IS-8's taking a lot of damage. Yep, checking, making sure his backup. So, as I say, the real question in a Panther II is knowing when to be aggressive, when to play passively. So Nuspayava gets another shot into the T-34. It's a pretty slow start to the game, but most games on Muravanka are like this. I am calling it. I'm getting the bloody map names wrong. I have been away from World of Tanks so long. It's Malinovka, or yeah. Muravanka is Magic Forest. This is the first video I'm recording, and getting back to World of Tanks. I've been away for a couple of weeks, just shows you my old man's memory is failing. So Nuspayava's decided to be aggressive, and the reason he's being aggressive is the IS-8 got taken out, so Nuspayava knows that there is only a half-health T-32 and a Black Prince down here. So that's why he decided to advance when he did. Unfortunate not to track the T-32, but does get another nice shot in. He's coming around at an angle, bounces, but unfortunately doesn't pen the T-32. You can see he's going for weak spots, going for the machine gun port. He knows his reload is faster than the T-32's, so he gets another nice shot in. Commander's cupola, oh, and bounces on the top. But he needs to kill the T-32 before the Black Prince can come in. Does, manages to get a kill. A Chiri has appeared, but pressure is off. He's taken very little damage. Black Prince is shooting down on Nuspiava's upper front plate, but hasn't penned. And Nuspiava's just able to move in, puts the Black Prince between himself and the Chiri, uses the Black Prince as a meat shield, takes out the Black Prince, rams the Chiri, and gets really aggressive, gets in the Chiri's face. Now, Chiri's advancing up the slope, so is Nuspiava. That's giving the Chiri shots down onto a flat upper front plate. So the Chiri is penning, but someone comes to Nuspiava's rescue. I don't think Nuspiava actually needed rescue there. But you can see he played very, very passively. As soon as the IS-8 was taken out in this corner, that's when he decided to get aggressive in the Panther II. You got to see that it's not a slow tank. In a straight line, this tank is actually quite fast, can build up speed, it's a decent rammer. It's got decent armor for a medium tank, and Nuspiava is now in a position where he can move up and start getting shots into the flanks of enemy tanks. Takes out a T-34-3, but now he's dealing with a T-34 who's hull down behind a wreck, and yeah, well played. That is not a winning condition. Trying to take on a T-34 who's hull down and has wrecks to hide behind is not a good idea, even in a Panther II. It may have an accurate gun, but it's not reliably going to go through the commander's cupola on a T-34. But yeah, this is the first video back. I'm still playing with just one monitor, so I have no idea how the sound is going to work. I did record a video the day before yesterday, but when I went to actually render and record it, because I'm only using one monitor, I wasn't able to monitor the sound levels, and the sound was terrible, so I couldn't use it. So this is my second attempt of making videos just using one monitor, and I'm hoping it turns out okay. So Nuspiava took out the T-34. He's on 3,257 damage, but we know he fired a few blind shots. And the game is still a 50-50 game. The score is 10-8. Very good players left on the enemy team. 3 tier 9s left on the enemy team. So the game could go either way, and Nuspiava, you notice, is not charging straight across. He's using these bushes, he's moving up, he's trying to get sight. Type 61 is a dangerous tank. And you've got to love the Panther II's accuracy. But having said that, it can let you down. Now, no! That was dangerous, got caught in the corner of the wreck. There might have been return fire. Alright, Type 61 is coming to flank. Someone has spotted him. So he's a one-hit kill, just needs to time this shot. Oh, wow, okay, very unlucky. You saw the accuracy, the shot was timed, nice shot, but unfortunately Trax ate it. Could have really done with killing that Type 61, it's a dangerous tank, but in the meantime, this is Centurion 7-1. A blind shot, and that looked as if it went in as well. So Nuspiava knows there's a Centurion 7-1 to his left, he knows the Type 61 is coming around to flank. So the question is, he's moving forward till the bushes go opaque or see-through. Doesn't have binocs equipped, but he's just waiting to see if anyone can spot anything. And he does spot the Centurion. So nice side shot, and the shot goes low, and again track damage for no hit points. I was praising this gun through this video, and it's just let him down on the last couple of shots. So that Type 61 hasn't been spotted in some time, and Nuspiava knows that the Type 61 is a good player. So he's relocating, he's moving around. He's going to try and ambush this Type 61 as the Type 61 tries to ambush him. So really, really nice map awareness, some nice sneaky play. And the Type 61 appears, one hit kill, and the gun doesn't let him down this time. So really, really nice reading of the situation by Nuspiyava. Takes him up to almost 4k damage in a Panther II in a Tier 9 game. So he's on 5 kills actually. He's been racking up the kills. I haven't even been counting them. I'm so rusty at this, folks. So 5 kills, almost 4k damage. And again, he's being quite cautious here. No idea where the Centurion 7-1 is, but now he's appeared. And the Centurion 7-1 is hull down. Which again, is a very, very tricky proposition, even for a Panther II. So don't know whether engaging him across the open like this is a good idea, considering there's still a Lorraine 40T left on the enemy team, but he's just been spotted north. Still Arty in play as well. So even though Nuspiyava's team are winning 12-10, it's still a very close game. So Nuspiyava is now playing like a medium tank. He's now going to be doing the flanking. He's going to do the ambushing. He's moving up to the side of the Centurion. Did have shots, but decides to keep going. And he's got the side. And that shot goes absolutely nowhere. Oh, typical. Just as I'm recording, the gun is letting him down, but he does have a kill shot. Doesn't need to go for the lower glacis, but goes for it anyway. That's where the ammo rack is. Takes him out for kill number 6. Lorraine is in the distance, and someone else hits him as Nuspiyava's shot is in the air. So there's kill number 7. So just 1 kill left for Radley Walters. Arty is left. Arty has been spotted, and Nuspiyava doesn't have a shot. Someone else has set the Arty on fire. Arty doesn't use a fire extinguisher. Oh, so close to a Radley Walters, but 4k recorded damage, 7 kills as a Panther II in a Tier 9 game. So a really, really nice example of Panther II gameplay by Nuspiyava, playing passively, using it as a sniper and support tank in the middle, getting some spots off, and then being aggressive when he got his opportunity, when he saw he only had a half health Tier 8 heavy and a Tier 7 heavy against him. He was able to push around, do some flanking, and put his gun to a lot of good use, and not surprisingly it was an ace tanker. He also picked up Top Gun, a little bit unfortunate not to get the Radleys, and a high caliber. So really, really nice game. He finished top on XP with a monster 1678 XP. Really, really nice game, and ended up doing 4,413 damage, so a couple of his blind shots did go in. He finished up with the 7 kills. He fired 28, he hit 25, and he penned 23. You can see the accuracy on the gun is good, the penetration is good. Did get unlucky with a couple of his shots that were eaten by tracks, but otherwise it's a very, very good gun on the Panther II. Nice amount of damage, and you can see that the Panther II, unlike a lot of medium tanks at Tier 8, has armor. He took 12 hits and bounced 7, and even a couple of the hits that did pen only did track damage. So really, really nice example of Panther II gameplay. He spotted 6, so you can see that he was playing on the front lines. He damaged 9, destroyed 7, and even managed 2,878, almost 3,000 assistance damage, because he was sitting on the front line, because he was spotting enemy tanks. He earned 36,000 credits with a premium account, and the ammo costs were quite high, but Tier 8 German tanks tend to have quite expensive ammo. And for 28 shots fired, 36,000 ammo costs. I didn't notice during the replay what ammo choices he was making, but that looks about right for a lot of AP fired. I know that the Tiger II is about 1,000 credits per shot, so yeah, it's quite an expensive tank to run, but it was still a healthy profit. 2,517 XP, again with a premium account. No first game of the day, but there was a bonus thrown in. Left him on 5,146. Really, really nice Panther II game. Really, really high XP total, and thank you for sending it in, Nuspiyava. Again, apologies, I have not gotten around to showing it before now. It was a 9.2 replay. Apologies, folks, but I still have a folder full of them. Moving on, we've got another Tier 8 replay. This one was sent in by Alioza123 in the ISU-152, and this is pretty much a dream matchup. This surprisingly is a 45%er, but yeah, It's a tier 8 game, although there are only 3 tier 8s on either side, and everything else on the enemy team seems to be a tier 6. So that what it means is basically most of the enemy tanks on the enemy team are one-hit kills for the ISU-152, a tank that gets an incredible 286 millimeters of penetration. Absolutely nothing on the enemy team is going to survive this gun for our 750 alpha damage. So yeah, pretty much most of the tanks on the enemy team are going to be one-hit kills. Usually, the ISU-152 is played quite passively because it's a TD that doesn't have a lot of armor. But in this sort of matchup, this is a matchup where you want to play it aggressively, otherwise the entire game is going to pass you by before you do any damage. So Alioza is platooned with MAI X-Ray. And it is on northwest. Yeah, I'm still so rusty when it comes to World of Tanks. So it looks as if Alioza is going to be going south. And the majority of his team seem to be going north. So yeah, ISU-152, very, very strong tier 8 TD, but I do need to put a warning on here. When you see the ISU-152 in action on YouTube videos, they're usually great games, and it gives the tank maybe a reputation that is maybe a little bit more fearsome than it deserves, because it is a very, very dangerous tank, but the gun is very, very inaccurate. And sometimes you get into games where even the simplest shots, fully aimed shots, go absolutely nowhere near where you aim them. I suppose one advantage is that if you've got 286 millimeters of penetration, it doesn't matter. It can hit the enemy tank anywhere and will still pen, but sometimes it won't even hit the enemy tank. So it looks as if the enemy tier 8s, all 3 enemy tier 8s are down here on this flank, but Alioza doesn't have an opportunity for any shots. Oh, now he does. And that was a low roll, 739 was a low roll. This gun does an average of 750 alpha damage, but a good start. So Alioza's setting up here, trying to get shots on the Tiger, while his team are engaging. It looks as if most of Alioza's team have gone north, so it's a pretty even fight down here. Tier 8s versus tier 8s. So no sign of the Tiger, and Alioza's moving up. Now the nice thing, as I say, about this particular game is most of the enemy tanks are one-hit kills. And it's very, very rare you get to see an ISU-152 being driven aggressively. You don't get the opportunity very often, so it looks as if Alioza is taking the opportunity to do just that. So T-37, full health, and gratuitous ammo rack, even though he didn't need it. So there's the first kill of the game, and he's only fired 2 shots, and he's done 1400 damage already. So KV-85 is a one-hit kill, almost a waste of a shell here. So he aims, he's aimed fully, and that shot flies over the back of the engine deck. There's that accuracy I was telling you about. YouTubers, myself included, will usually put the most or the best ISU-152 games up. The games where the gun behaves itself. But sometimes the gun does not behave itself. He just got flanked by a Cromwell, and this Cromwell played really, really badly. Nice play by Alioza. He takes out the more dangerous tank, but that Cromwell had flanked him. He got to his rear, and instead of staying behind Alioza, he decided to go on down the hill. That means that Alioza is free to continue working, but that could have been a payday for that Cromwell if he'd known what he was doing. In the meantime, Alioza moves up. He's going for the kill on the FCM. Takes him out for kill number 3. His platoon mate has gotten 2 kills. 5 kills between them. And they've pretty much wrapped up the enemy team in the south. The north seems to be holding. Ooh, and FCM takes a hit from RT. Yeah, the ISU-152, it's a strange beast for me. You see, I still have the ISU-152. In fact, I've got a very good crew in it. But I also have the Object 704 Tier 9, and I've unlocked the Tier 10, so I actually need a crew for my Tier 10 Russian TD before I buy it. And I'm half tempted to take the crew out of the ISU-152, even though I do like the tank. Simply because I think the Object 704 at Tier 9 suits me much, much better. It's basically the same tank, but has armor. Oh, and the Hellcat decided to shoot the only place on the ISU-152 that has armor. And there's that accuracy. Shot goes to the left, misses the Hellcat, hits the ground in front of him. But yeah, so when it comes to the ISU-152, I do like the tank, but I prefer playing the Object 704, and because I need a crew for the Tier 10, I think I may end up eventually taking it out of the ISU-152, but that's a decision I need to make another day. So they've completely wiped out this flank, continuing to advance. And really, this game kind of reminds me of a game I put up on my channel a few months ago where I was the only Tier 10 in the entire game, and I happened to be in a mouse on Himmelsdorf. Those matchups don't happen very often. I think Alios is making the best of it, and he's just got hit by a Nashorn shooting from stealth. Sneaky little German tank, and wow, manages to bounce the second shot. And it didn't even hit his gun mantlet. That doesn't happen very often. So he's setting up here on the corner. Doesn't seem to have binocs equipped, so hoping to get a view on the Nashorn. Still 4 or 5 enemy tanks left. And it looks as if the enemy team have actually won the north of the map. There's just a solitary SU-100 holding off a couple of enemy tanks up there. Nashorn has advanced. RT has been spotted, VK has been spotted, but Aliosa doesn't have any shots on the VK. He's swinging around. He does have shots on the Nashorn, but he's got to shoot through the railway lines. Goes for a beautiful blind shot. One hit kill, obviously. And there is kill number 4. Takes him up to 2k damage. His platoon mate has taken out RT. His platoon mate's on 3 kills, so if both tanks survive, this is a brothers in arms. 2 tanks left on the enemy team. We know where the Jackson is, we know where the VK is. So Aliosa's not going for cap. He wants more kills, he wants more XP, damage out of this game, more credits. So no sign of the VK. And it looks as if his platoon mate is holding off on capping. He's giving Aliosa an opportunity to go up and get this VK kill. It's just a matter of finding him. And there he is. So can't see whether or not Aliosa has shots. Looks as if he does have shots. Swinging around. VK is hull down, but Aliosa is able to take him out for kill number 5. Just one enemy tank left, the Jackson, and he's been spotted in enemy or in friendly spawn. And again, Aliosa's not going for cap, he's going hunting, he's going to try and get that last kill, he wants his Top Gun. And as you can see, the ISU-152 is not a slow tank. When it gets a run up, when it gets going downhill, traveling along the flat, he's doing 43 kilometers an hour along here. Really, the tank only struggles when it is dealing with a lot of hills, having to go uphill. So, even though it's not known for its speed, Aliosa's going to be able to get back and maybe get a shot on the Jackson if the KB2 doesn't snap him up. Of course, I've seen the end results before watching this or recording it, so I know what's going to happen. So the KV-2 is moving in on the Jackson, and Alioza doesn't have a lot of shot. Now this is a 9.3 replay, so he can technically shoot through the cover, but unfortunately fails to connect with the Jackson. He's looking for his top gun. Is the KV-2 going to take it? But no, Jackson takes out the KV-2. So Alioza's aimed carefully, waiting for that reload. Takes out the Jackson for kill number 6. There's a top gun, and the ISU-152 being played aggressively, something you don't actually see very often. So pretty much a dream matchup for the ISU-152, and I would pretty much expect that result if I got into a matchup like that as well. I think Alioza recognized that. Lucky matchmaking for both of us, he and his platoon mate. But Alioza finished up with a top gun, high caliber, and brothers in arms. Really, I don't know what I'd do if I got into a matchup like that. 972 XP with 6 kills and 3017 damage, so one nice blind kill on the Nashorn took him up to 3k damage. 10 shots fired, 7 hits and 7 penetrations, and again that was a pretty actually above average performance from the ISU-152's gun. As I say, on YouTube you're never going to see those games where the ISU-152 basically shoots and misses every single shot it fires. You'll only see the ones where they have great games. So really don't expect this sort of result in an ISU-152 every time. He spotted 2, damaged 6, destroyed 6, did 236 assistance damage and picked up 66 base defense points. He earned 8,000 credits with a standard account, and there was no ×2 of the day, no bonus thrown in, just the base 972. But yeah, dream matchup in an ISU-152 and a really, really nice game from Nuspayava in the Panther II. So I want to thank Nuspayava and Alioza123 for sending those replays in. Again, sorry I have not gotten around to them before. I just get sent so many replays, it takes me forever to get through. And the fact I haven't had a PC for the last couple of weeks really has put me behind on replays even further. So anyway, this is the first video I've made on my new PC. Hopefully it's not going to have any problems and I'm going to be able to get it up on the channel. And I hope to get back to regular streaming and more regular videos in the new year. I'll try and get some more videos up during the Christmas period. So as per usual, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.